Is sports betting legal where you live? Well, in this video, we're gonna dive into where it is legal in the United States. If my international friends are watching, let me know if you guys want a video as well. Today, we're also gonna cover the types of sports betting available and when it became legalized in each state. And as a bonus, we'll discuss what states could potentially become legal in the future, which could be your state. So, let's go. Sports play a major role in everyday life. Not just for the crazies like you and I, but also for the everyday person. People enjoy both playing sports and viewing as a fan, and in modern day sports, it's way more likely that you and your buddies are gambling than not. So let's talk about today. Supreme Court's 2018 decision to overturn the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act opened the doors for states to legalize sports betting. Currently, sports betting is legal in over 30 states, and each state has its own regulations and own types of sports betting that's available, like online, mobile, in person at casinos or sportsbook. There really are so many different rules, and it varies per state. So here's a state-by-state breakdown of where the country stands on sports gambling at the filming of this video. Arizona has full mobile betting with multiple options since late 2021. They were one of the country's first to have in-person sportsbooks in their stadiums at Chase Field and the Footprint Center. And now you can find in-stadium sportsbooks in nearly every legal state. Arkansas has full mobile sports betting. However, the big boys like FanDuel and DraftKings are hesitant to open up operations in the state because if they do, they have to partner with one of the state's 3 casinos and split 51% of their revenue with them. In a state like Arkansas, it's not like New York, so I understand their hesitation. Colorado, per usual, is fully free and one of the most robust markets in the country, with over 26 books available like DraftKings, FanDuel, and BetMGM. They're killing it. It's one of the first states to record a month of over $200 million in sports betting revenue, and also just joined the top 6 in terms of dollars bet all time. And living in the shadows of New York, New Jersey, Boston, really all of the Northeast, comes Connecticut. In May of 2021, they opened up operations as they partnered with 2 local tribes, and they quickly partnered with DraftKings, FanDuel, and Play Sugar House to open the party. And now with most states, if not all, surrounding them becoming legal, we'll see how their market holds out. Now, Delaware actually became the first state outside of Nevada to take a single game bet in 2018. But currently, Delaware's sports betting market is run by the state lottery, and they absolutely refuse to launch online betting, so who knows what's gonna happen with that state, but they're in no rush. Florida, man, I don't get Florida. This place should have been one of the first to legalize online. And I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars have been poured into campaigning for the legalization in Florida, but for now it's put on halt. It's expected that they continue working through for the next few years, and hopefully it's legalized by 2025. To no surprise, Illinois is fully legal and fully rocking as one of the top markets in the country. They rank top 5 in both dollars bet and tax revenue. Indiana went live in 2019 after becoming the 13th state to legalize sports betting, and it's taken over $7 billion in bets, which is 5th of any state. And of course, the big players are leading the charge like FanDuel and DraftKings. And Iowa, yes, Iowa. Home to a dozen plus sports books, Iowa is now raking in about $100,000 to $300,000 per month. But that's without a major city and any professional sports team, so pretty damn good. Now, some of that can be contributed to the fact that a lot of their bordering states haven't legalized it yet, but they might as well take advantage, and they are. Kansas legalized sports betting in 2022 and had one of the fastest launches of any state so far. 9 books are available there with 3 more on the way. Louisiana has plenty to bet on. And as one of the only southeastern states to legalize sports betting, they have seen and will continue to see a significant advantage from that. Now, Maryland, after having the longest period of time between legalization and launch, are now fully legal and operating in 2023. The state allows for a massive 60 online books and 30 in person. You can currently use 7 of them, while 15 are on the way for that state. Crazy. Massachusetts passed their bill in August of 2022. 6 books went live on March 10th, ahead of the recent March Madness tournament. It's so early into their betting lives that we've yet to see the financial number and impact, but it's Boston, so what do you expect? The place is gonna do numbers. Now, Michigan. Home to 7 million people over 21 and some of the most major teams in all of sports. It is undoubtedly inside the top 10 states in the country when it comes to sports betting numbers, and I'm sure it's going to continue to grow forever. While some not in the top 10 are Mississippi and Montana, because both of them currently only allow in-person sports books. And they technically have mobile sports betting, but it's geofenced, so you have to be on the property of the sports book to place an online bet. So what's the point of that? Building sports betting in each of these states is going to be a tall task for whoever's in charge. Now Nevada, the gold standard, the prototype, the OG, whatever you want to call it, it's the top. Whatever happens in Nevada stays in Nevada, right? Well, definitely your money. And since mainly everyone knows about Nevada, one fun thing I'll tell you is that you actually have to go sign up in person if you want to go sign up for a sports betting account. Weird, I know. Now, New Hampshire went live in 2019 and only currently has one sports book, DraftKings. But honestly, according to many of these sports betting writers, one book is enough for that state. Because with the launch of Massachusetts, it's likely that the New Hampshire market completely plummets. And what about New Jersey? Well, fun fact that New Jersey is actually the state that brought the sports betting case to the Supreme Court to begin with. And now they're fighting for the crown against Nevada, not gonna lie. Some people are even calling it Vegas East, but here comes New York. Because since January of 2022, New York has done what New York has done in every single industry in the history of its existence: take it over. We take over everything. We are obnoxiously overconfident, grind like there's no tomorrow, and bet on our sports teams like the lights are gonna go out if we don't hit the 4-leg parlay. Which honestly is probably a reality for a lot of New Yorkers with those expensive shacks that they purchase in the city, but another video. But with no shock, New York is absolutely killing it and leaving every state in the dust. Actually made a video on how much New York made in the first year, so check it out. We're almost done, I promise. Almost there. North Carolina, in-person only with hope for online soon. North Dakota, in-person only with no online in sight. And Ohio, finally, one of the craziest sports states in the country, has legalized sports betting. And it's set up to be one of the biggest and most competitive markets in the country. I'm excited to see what happens in Ohio. Now, Oregon is similar to New Hampshire, as DraftKings is the only book there, and they don't really see anything new in sight. So, moving on. Pennsylvania, fully rocking. I mean, the passion of these fans and the teams to bet on, the Steelers, Eagles, Penn State, the list goes on. I mean, those blue-collar workers have a lot to gamble on. Now, the random state of Rhode Island only has one sports book, and it's called William Hill, which is now owned by Caesars anyway. But in the shadow of Massachusetts, it likely meets the same fate as all the surrounding states, which means it's gonna plummet. Now, South Dakota is in-person only with the approval of only Deadwood casinos and some certain tribal facilities. With not much going on in the sports world in South Dakota, I'm not really sure how much policymakers really care to make a push for that. Tennessee, yes sir. Funny enough, Tennessee is the only state that has online-only sports betting. A little bit of a twist. They're also one of the only post-legalization states that have actively updated their laws surrounding sports betting so far. But still, it's tough on the books right now. The state has a 1.85% tax on the gross money wagered, which is a first for its type in the US. So that means if a book generates $10 million in bets that month, they have to pay $185,000, even if they took a loss that month and got hammered on the bets. Ouch. But honestly, the books like FanDuel and DraftKings probably don't care at the level that they're at this point. I would think. I could be very wrong. Now, Virginia has full mobile betting with multiple options, and not much more to that. Washington State, in-person only, and when it comes to online, again, you have to be on the facility, so no point in that. And it's likely not coming statewide anytime soon, which is crazy to me because Seattle fans are some of the craziest in the country. Now, Washington, D.C., while technically not a state, has very different parameters when it comes to sports betting. The lone legal district-wide sports betting app called Gambit DC is apparently really bad and doesn't offer many options. It's run by the lottery, and because it has no competition, the lines are completely out of whack and just disrespectful apparently. But if you're ever at Capital One Arena or Nationals Park, go ahead and check out the in-person sports books of BetMGM and Caesars. So West Virginia, fully live. Since August of 2019 actually. Good for y'all. Wisconsin, home to the Cheeseheads, only allows in-person betting right now because of the tribes in state, and there's really no site for mobile betting anytime soon. And I made the mistake of questioning people from Wyoming in a short about this topic. Well, Wyoming approved fully online sports betting and launched in 2021. I'm still not sure what people from Wyoming do, so let me know. I hope you enjoy your sports betting. So even though that's the basis of sports betting in each state, some states go even deeper and only allow specific types of sports betting, like daily fantasy sports or specific horse racing. So like, for example, in a state like Florida, you can't gamble on a game, but you can do daily fantasy sports. Dumb, I know. But it is essential to research what is legal in your state. Now, as for the future of sports betting, multiple states are considering legalizing it. Huge states like California, Texas, Florida are all in the process of trying to legalize it, but there's nothing in the foreseeable future. Now, 3 states are very likely to legalize it in 2023, Kentucky, Maine, and Nebraska. And generally, after legalizing it, states take about 6 to 18 months to launch. And if they weren't planning ahead before they legalized it, it's a very long road ahead. But luckily, these 3 should be good this year. And there's plenty more to look towards when it comes to 2024 and beyond, but let's get there first. Sports betting laws are constantly evolving in the United States every day. And it's crucial to always be informed about the legal landscape in your state and bet responsibly. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll likely enjoy this video about the greatest sports bettor in history and how he did it. Fun fact, he was actually born in a state that doesn't have legal sports betting yet. So check it out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, leave a comment down below of what state you're in, and maybe even tell me a story about your best or worst sports betting experience. Thank you all so much again. Have a truly lovely day, and good luck gambling.